Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we did the final raid set for Alexander. We stopped the mechanical menace. Maide stayed behind so that she can do her own thing. And all kinds of stuff happened. We have the next set of raids we gotta do now. The 24-man raids. So let's see what this is about. What do you got? What do you got for me on Quiet Trader? Sky Pirates. Ah, you have the look of the lass who's seen a fair share of trouble. Mayhap you'd be willing to help me with mine. I need a capable sort to help head into the Sea of Clouds and track down my missing airship. I had to mortgage my soul to get that vessel built, so winning the contract to ferry supplies out of Cloud Top was a real weight off my mind. But it seems my luck ended there. My ship was due back in Ishgard bells ago, and I've been praying for a glimpse of her sails ever since. I can't help but fearing the worst. What if she's run afoul of Sky Pirates? My creditors will have their pawns of flesh. Or flesh, whatever. Oh boy. You think me foolish to fear piracy so above the waves? Well, let me tell you that no honest merchant is safe now. The airship production has, if you will excuse the pun, taken off. Any scoundrel with a sack of coin and a vague sense of direction can terrorize the skies. Oh yes, this new breed of buccaneers that like to paint themselves as dashing explorers, the brave and the unknown, but the truth of their nature is right there in the name: Sky Pirates. Oops. I've heard the stories. Please, you must make haste to Camp Cloudtop. That's where the ship was bound, and inquire as to the fate of my poor ship. Oh, and my poor helmsman. Ask Ron Tremont. He'll know, if any man does. Alright, let's go see what's going on with your shit, buddy. Can't make any promises, but I'll do what I can. Alright. Ron Tremont, where's my ship at? Supply airship has gone missing, you say? Well, that would certainly explain why our provisions are so late in arriving. I did, in fact, spy a vessel charting an erratic course northwards a short while ago, but as it seemed disinclined to make port here, I paid it little mind. Not the most compelling piece of evidence, I grant you, but I have witnessed naught else of interest. I suggest you investigate the landmass to the north. Rest assured, I'll listen to word if I spy any other sign of our errant supply ship. Alright. Let's go find out, shall we? Aha! This looks suspicious. What's going on here? Aid, I say! These villains is planning to plunder my cargo! What have we got here then? Think you're some sort of hero, do you? Well then, you won't mind if me mates join the fun. Make for a heroical tale, won't it? A tale how 3 Sky Pirates fed a meddling little shit like her own bloody eyes. Bah! Oh, what the? Oh gods, I know that ship. It's Jack Sparrow? So you're the scrag who've been dragging our good name through the mud. You're Red Bill Leoford. We ain't done naught to you or yours. What do you want with us? I think I made it in my position pretty clear. You take on the mantle of Sky Pirate, you agree to a certain code of conduct, and codes ain't worth much if folk go around breaking them. Frankly, lads, you're making us look bad, and we can't have that. No hard feelings, though, eh? Oh. Oh, thank you, Mr. Leoford. Thank you. I'm certain my master will wish to repay you. If your employer does business in Ishgard, he likely knows a merchant who trades with me associates. Tell him to say it's for Leoford, and any reward shall reach me soon enough. As for you, adventurer, 'tain't often someone beats me to the scene, but then I expect not less from a hero such as yourself, Cecilla. Well, how do you know me? That is who you are, ain't it? I don't know too many other lasses with one of them marvelous mana cutters that Ironworks dreamed up. Well then, it seems you've saved me the trouble of tracking you down. I'd been hoping to have a word with you, you see. Oh, really now? I'll put it to you straight. I need someone to help out with a little venture I have in mind. Someone used to taking a few risks. Now, this won't be no black-hearted brigands' work, so don't go worrying yourself on that account. Unlike them thieving curs just now, I don't hold with robbing honest folk. For me, you see, the Sky Pirate's life is all about freedom. The freedom to go where you will, to find out what lies beyond the next cloud. If you're interested in joining us on an adventure worthy of the name, then look for me standing in the northern reaches of the Blue Window. Someone will be waiting there to greet you. Ooh. An invitation to the Sky Pirates? I'm gonna be a better Sky Pirate than Vaughn ever could be. Alright, let's go check it out. I bet it'll land way out there in the cloudy distance. Aha, there's a lookout point. That's far enough, stranger. If you value your life, tell me true. Do you stumble across this marker by chance, or are you here by invitation? Yes. Then that would make you the hero the captain said to watch out for. Well met. The name's Stacia. Leoford would call me his right-hand woman, but I feel more like his bloody nursemaid, God's truth be told. Anyway, my thanks to you for coming to hear him out. If you follow me, I'll take you to the Red Bill's nest. Why can't I have a fancy cuddle like that? Why can't I paint mine? Look at that, it's all nice and black. Look at... Now, I really like this area. This is probably one of my favorite areas in Heavensward. Actually, it's probably one of my favorite areas in the game. I should have took the picture off, I'm sorry. come to you in person, still you refuse my offer. Ignorant fool. On the subject of arrogance, Redalia, I bow to your superior knowledge, but that's all the bow you'll get from me. As I told you a dozen times before, I ain't no one's lackey. But my dear Leoford, how else do you propose to survive an expedition to the ghost ship? I would fear for my life, not with your feeble crewmates at my back. Well, I'd fear for my life with your mangy crew at my back on account of them being a murderous, untrusty bastards to a man. Ooh. I thought you were cleverer than this, Red Bill. But no matter, I always get what I want in the end. 'Tis merely a question of method. Now there's a face I've not seen before. You don't have the look of one of Leofard's little birds. She's a guest. You understand the concept, don't you? You know, when someone is invited, instead of just bursting through the door whenever she damn well pleases. That was Redalia, captain of the Talons. She knows Leofard's the best sky pirate alive, and the fact that she won't join her sticks in her craw. Are you gonna let them talk to you like that, Captain? We should teach some Red Bill some respect. Or patience. When all this is over, we shall see who rules the skies. Oh, look at all this treasure. Oh there, hero. I promise you a high adventure, and high adventure you shall have. For we have planned to board the Sea of Clouds' very own ghost ship. Ugh. Or what folk have taken to calling one anyway. Every day for the past few weeks has brought with it a new sighting for the self-same vessel. A massive airship of queer design adrift on the wind. Being a curious odd, there were a few buccaneers who tried exploring below decks, but not one of them has been seen since. And so, naturally, they're saying the ship is cursed. Well, haunted. Like I said, an honest-to-God's ghost ship. My guess is that she's another relic left behind by the Alligans, but we won't know for sure till we've had ourselves a good poke around inside, and liberated whatever ancient treasures she's moldering away in her hold, of course. But before we start dividing up the spoils, we've got to find the damn thing, which is why we've been working on a special new device. Bah, finding her will be the easy part. What we can't do without is a veteran explorer who ain't afraid to fling herself face first into the jaws of danger. Now, I know you're a gallant champion of the people and all, but strip away the fame and glory and I'll wager you're still an adventurer at heart. So, what say you, Cecila? Fancy a plunge into the unknown at the side of the Red Bills? Sure. Then it's settled. Let's pay a visit to our crewmate Utada, she's been working on a way to track the vessel. Utada, not Utada, Utada. Greetings, the name's Utada. I suppose you'd call me the Red Bills' chief of engineering, smithing, carpentry, magitech. If it's part of an airship, I can fix it. Just don't expect to see me waving a cutlass and swinging over the rails. If there's fighting to be done, well, that's what we have you for. Well, thanks. Well met, ladies and gentle pirates. Now that we appear to have our hero, I'm happy to report that we've overcome the last obstacle to boarding the ghost ship. Meaning your project is proceeding as planned? That is it. That it is, Captain. I knew this would be the perfect place to take readings. Scan amounts of background ether make it easy to follow the derelict's trail. The ghost ship, is what Utada calls us, is a unique etheric signature. She's been building a device that can sniff out this particular spectral flavor and point us in the right direction. I call it the Ecto Compass. Clever name. It's allowed me to collect some solid data on the vessel's movements and plot a reliable intercept course. No groping blindly through the clouds for us. All the ships are loaded and ready to fly. Just say the word, Captain. Utada, you'd best stay here out of harm's way. Keep an eye on them ether trails, eh? Aye, Captain. Grab an armload of treasure from me. Now, you got no way of knowing what's waiting for us in that cursed hoax, so you'd best bring along a few mates that you know you can trust. Don't hurt to be too careful, seeing as how you'll be going in first and all. I did tell you you'd be going in first, didn't I? Well, I did. Well, you will. Thanks! The rest of us will guard in the rear, just in case Radali and her brood decide to stick their beaks in where we ain't wanted. Don't worry, she'll not get past us, so you can concentrate on carving a path into the ship's belly. An honest to God's ghost ship. Oh, this is going to be an adventure and a half. I like this guy. The Void Ark is now accessible. One of my least favorite raids in the entire game. This is so boring. Alright, let's see how long this queue is going to take. Hopefully it's not going to take too long as the Alexander ones. There we go. The Void Art, the Shadow of Mach. All right. This is another raid that people pretty much blow through pretty fast. Probably not as fast as Crystal Tower, but and since I don't really care for the music, did it confirm? Okay. Doesn't sound like it confirmed it. guy's HP is just melting away. All right. All right. So far, so good. Various kind of places, kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? Gothic. Alright, now this guy has it'll be different with him. So let's think, these things are going to put up barriers that either nullify ranged or magic. This is range, so range has to attack the Sawtooth. And then there's this. people don't get the memo because we've seen zeros pop up. Gotta hide behind this so you get hit by his mega ability, and that tank is just gonna go run out because why not? And nearly die in the process. Maybe I have to restart the game for the sound effects to go back to normal. Huh. Alright. Sawtooth Boy is dead. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, my game just hard crashed. What? God damn it. What a hard crash. Alright. I just had a hard crash. That was unfortunate. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't crashed up to this point yet. But this game doesn't crash very often, so I guess I shouldn't be all that surprised. But then, this is still the PS5 beta. If it's even considered a beta anymore. Like, I like how there was like no warning whatsoever. So far, this game's crashed twice on me on PS5 now. The first time was when I had a lot of audio cutting out. So that was kind of a foreboding warning. This time there was no audio cutting in or out. So there's like no warning whatsoever. I gorge upon fear and spew forth his bile. Ew, gross. Ew. Got thrown up on. I'm gonna take a shower after this one. No, this cannot be. I am endless as the stars. No, you're not. You're just dead. You just died. Good sir. Thing, creature, whatever you are. Mutated squid. Ugh. That snake lady. You would intrude upon the queen's very bedchamber, only agonizing death. Something or other. Ugh. Ugly. Your fate will be shot, be throttled in serpent's coils. Oh boy. You're supposed to split all three of them apart. Oh boy, this is not gonna end well. I like how they just damage through it all. Gehenna! Gehenna? Come on, children, there is more of blood to spill. Touching the void? Huh. I rolled an 18 on that thing. Worthless saint winning that. Alright, so what is this thing? It looks like a giant coffin. Bugger me. I expected danger, but not a hell-spawned, bleeding nightmare made of flesh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates, though, did it? That's some crew you got there, no mistake. My crew that just magically disappeared. Ooh. Where the hell did you find all that? Right then, let's have a look inside that dirty big coffer type thing. Someone tells me it's filled to the brim with booty. That's probably not a good idea. Don't look at me, I never moved a muscle. Oh, look at that, it's Diablos. Final Fantasy GF and boss of Amdapor, Lost City of Amdapor. What the seven hells is that bastard doing? This way, swiftly now! The fuck is this? Oh, it's a skinny cat. Can anyone else see that talking cat over there? Bloody hell, this adventure is getting queerer by the minute. Still, I'd rather take my chance with the prattling puss and stay here. Get your things, mateys, we're leaving. But what about the loot? You can't spin it if you're dead. We either follow the furball or make friends with spell-slinging Voidborn. Your choice. God damn it. What's an Azov sky pirate meant to make a living? Oh boy. Fun fact, you can actually see the ship sailing around in churning mists and sea of clouds. Ship's breaking up. Is he trying to bring her down? Uh-oh, that's a cannon. The voices attempt to initiate a dimensional displacement, but the gate, it cannot possibly be large enough for the entire ship. Oh, he's taking the coffin and running away with it. The Queen's coffin! He takes it beyond our reach! Oh boy. Well, there don't see much point hanging around here. Let's head back to solid ground. Oh boy, what a mess of adventure. Aye, 'twas a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we all are, and off with our bits still attached. This calls for a foaming flagon of. Hold on, ain't we missing someone? Didn't I tell you Tada wait for us here? Never fear, we'll be keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leoford, I'm not easily moved, but the sheer power on display set me all a quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire from afar. That vessel ain't for the likes of you or you and me. You're not presuming to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I believe I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. Perfect. A compass pointing the way to my just reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hands of one with the will to use it. Come, lads, our business here is concluded. I'm sorry, Captain. They caught me off guard. You get a bang out of the head. You get a bang on the head or something? The man I know would never give in to a scum like her without a fight, unless. what did you do to the compass? Who, me? Not. Besides slipping a link probe into its case and like, haha. So long as Redalia keeps it close, and you can be damn sure she will, we'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it'll take me or her to notice me little gift? That's very clever and all, but how are you proposing stopping her from getting your hands on the derelict and the great big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet, but I suspect that it'll start with us keeping a close eye on the Talons. Before we get into any of that, though, I've got some questions that you need answered. You wish to know more about the Void Ark? The ghost ship, as you call it? The Void Ark. So that's its proper name. Aye, I'd like to hear whatever you'd like to care to tell us, puss. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your stories. Ere we continue, however, I must insist that you may address me by my proper name, Kate Sith. I'll not respond to puss or cat, and most decidedly not furball. Huh. My tale begins long, long ago in the city of Mach, which once stood in the lands of Yafim. The sorcerers of Mach were masters of destructive magics, and they brought that terrible power to bear against Amdapor and Nim in the War of the Magi. The titanic forces they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal flood that drowned the realm of Eorzea, a catastrophe which my master, High Void Mage Cessair, was wise enough to foresee. Wait. Colossal flood? Are you talking about the Sixth Umbral Calamity? I suppose you would know it as such. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. When they learned of the fate that awaited them, the Machi Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bear their people to the skies and to safety. The operation of the Void Ark, as the ship came to be called, was entrusted to Cessair. But prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So the Ark was meant as a sanctuary? Then how did it come to be so, I mean, what happened to all the people? And where did all the voicing come from? By what power do you imagine such a massive craft remains aloft? The energy required to raise the Ark was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants sealed within the vessel. Advances in Machi sorcerer. Is it Machi or is it Machi? I don't call it Machi. Makes more sense. Sorcery were made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power. And the swiftest and most dangerous method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of void-sent entities. So, the creatures in the derelict, they broke free from your master's control? At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages had entombed a great ruler of the Void-sent, Skathak, the Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required, and being Mach's preeminent sorcerer, I'm just gonna call it Cessair. Cessair was deemed best qualified, where otherwise her master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Yet, even with Cessair's peerless skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lust of Void-sent awoke and ran rampant within the ship. In the end, Cessair and the 53 Void Mages aboard the Ark sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over a derelict prison. If I remember me eras right, the stuff you just described happened more than 1,500 years past, which is a good while for anyone's measure, and since everything seems to have been quiet on board your boat until just recently, I'm thinking something unusual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I wrong? One day a void-sent that had taken shape of a bat flew into the ship. At first, it was little more than a nuisance that I brushed away. But the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it started to become. Eventually, I got content with its power and began shattering seal after seal. You have faced this bat-winged fiend before. It seems then that the creature survived the encounter, and that he intends to celebrate his restoration by liberating his queen. Well, that explains that then, except for one small detail, namely where the queen's coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? You recall the great rift that the Ark's cannon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. Such a portal opens a temporary path through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another. The void sent, as you saw, only opened a gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin's destination, however, that is as much of a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the Queen's coffin ere the wards binding Skathok are dispelled. Smells to me like an adventure, and who knows what great ancient Makai treasures we might stumble upon along the way. Gods know they'll make a nice change for all them Allegan tombstones we've been collecting. I will help you. I'm not risking being hired for the sake of the realm, you understand, but I'll be damned if I let either Redalia or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. You only care about how you might be inconvenienced? If the Shunnock were to return, it will have dire consequences for this entire star. Count your blessings, Furball. I said we helped, didn't I? Before we go rushing off and search for that coffin, though, there's preparations to be made. You might as well get back to your usual heroical employment, Cecila. I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again. Well, that was a fast raid part. Nope, we're not done yet. The time is nigh, my dear Talons. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power, and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world. And she seems like a lovely character. Alright, well that's it for that raid. Paying the bills! Oh, how long was the last part before my game hard crashed on me? It was about 36 minutes. Alright. Well, I gotta put the two parts together, but I'll do that later. That's gonna be it for this part. When we come back, we will set out to do the second raid sets and see where what discoveries lie, what treasures we can find. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.